Hello again. This is Delta Climber coming to you from Delta Climber Studios and World Zero. I want to go through the different classes that World Zero has. I started off as an Arcane Mage, but other people might want to be a Swordmaster. Wee was a Swordmaster. She started off with this particular class. And when it says your primary attack, that's when you hold down your left mouse button. So she has Slash, Crescent Strike, and Leap, Slash, Dodge, and Sheath. Now, Sheath is Q when you press the Q button. But these others, we'll see what hotkeys those are put on by default. Of course, I did not start off as a Swordmaster or a Defender. All I can do is talk about those. But right now, I want to start with the sword class. A Swordmaster. I did get dual wielder, so I can talk to you about dual wielding. Dual wielder is the next level up from Swordmaster. Start off at Swordmaster, and then you have dual wielder. Then you can go to Paladin. We'll look at Paladin in a minute, but with dual wielder, you have the Slash. That is your normal attack. And it kind of looks cool because you flip over there right at the end of your sequence of attacks. You also have combat rhythm is what they call it, combat rhythm. Let's see what E does. That is your attack when you press E. Then when you press R, it kind of teleports you forward. That's the dash strike. You're dashing towards your character. Dash strike, and that was with R. And F is when you throw the cross slash. It's like you're moving your blade so fast, you're going to throw the wind off of your blades at the character or the monster. Also, the final is called Blade Dance. That's where you press X and you have all these different swords coming down and stuff. That's Blade Dance is what they call that one. Blade Dance. This is dual wielder. And this is one of Wee's favorites classes to do in World Zero. Of course, after dual wielder, Paladin is the next class you will have. You go down and you can find Paladin. Now, you earn tickets. All my tickets are gone because the tickets are held up here in special items. Because as you go through the dungeons and open up chests, you get these various tickets. And that allows you to upgrade to the next class. Of course, again with the swords, you start out with Swordmaster, then you go to dual wielder, and then Paladin is the top of the sword skill. With Paladin, the basic skill, of course, is just Slash, just like with dual wielder or with Swordmaster. And of course, it's more powerful, being the top level class for sword. Then you have E, which is block. If you time that just right, it actually blocks, it reflects 90% of the damage back to the monster. I almost know it does damage to the monster because I have just done block and it does damage to the monster as well. So it blocks 90% of the damage back to the monster. With R, you have what's called Guided Light that heals you and your party members, teammates. The powerful strike with Paladin is called Light Thrust. Light Thrust is where you throw the laser beam off the end of your sword, and you have these dragons dancing around you, and it causes your strikes to increase 15 seconds. And then, of course, with X, it is like the Light Thrust after the Light Thrust, but it lasts longer. And you have these golden shields around you and your prey. So this is Paladin. Paladin is the last of the sword classes. The next class is the one I started off with, would be Mage. Okay, with Mage itself, you have just your basic skill is Arcane Orbs. And you can't see those like you can with a sword. You can see the sword moving, but you can't really see that. So I'm going to hop down here and borrow a jellyfish slime. This is what those orbs look like. These are the arcane orbs. And even just the arcane orbs. And I tell you, I really like either the Arcane Mage. I like Arcane Mage, and I like Elementalist better than the Mage of Light. The Mage of Light has limited ammunition. All right, the next thing that you can do as an Arcane Mage would be the Arcane Blast. That is where you throw a bomb, or you throw something, a ball towards the prey, towards your enemy. And then you have the Arcane Wave. The Arcane Wave. Arcane Wave. This Arcane Wave, you can be back away from your enemy, and that will go over there towards your enemy and do, wow, did a lot of damage too. So the Arcane Wave. And it will go over there and do damage to your enemy as well. This is the Arcane Mage. The next skill, mage skill, next mage class is Elementalist. Elementalist, even as a level 90, I used Elementalist a lot. And the reason being is, and I've talked about this on several videos, Mage is the only class that does not walk when it stays in place when you do your damage, your basic. All other classes walk when they do their basic damage. So if you wanted to park your character and do some damage, you'd have to use Mage in order to do that. So these are the ice needles from the Elementalist. When you press E, you get this ice field. You have a fireball. You throw the fireball with R. That's a fireball going to be thrown here when it recharges, and it's pretty powerful. Lightning strike is when you press F, and you can see it does a lot of damage. Fireball, finish him off. And then when you press X, you get what's called the storm. And let's go up here and press X and see what the storm looks like. Apparently it is like meteor strike or something. It says that it varies. You have frost field, and it rains down several meteors that lasts for a few seconds. All right, this is Elementalist. And the highest class of the mages is the Mage of Light. The Mage of Light, you have these orbs that, and you see it takes it a second to actually build up the basic orbs are really not that powerful. But there is a thing called Healing Circle. And when you press E, you get the Healing Circle. Then Infuse Light. You do this, and you're doing damage to yourself to make even more powerful orbs. Max orbs reached. And you can see the difference in the orbs there. These are the basic strike, and then you infuse them with the light down here to be much more powerful. In doing so, you actually do damage to yourself. But with E, the Healing Circle, you can heal yourself and heal other players as well. This basically, I think this is a support character. It it does damage. But you can see that that's the basic strike. That's pretty powerful there. The basic strike looks like it's hitting, wow, that hits a critical apparently. Hits 5 to 8k. But if you come over and you use these infused orbs, that hits 11 to 13,000. 11 to 13,000 with the infused with light, the more powerful orbs. But the problem with Mage of Light, again, is limited ammunition. If I'm sitting here on a boss and I'm using all of these, see, it's all gone. It's all gone until they start recharging, or until you do the healing circle and then you infuse with light. And if you're in a boss fight, it is not a good situation to be in, to be 75% dead or 2/3 dead. Mage of Light. Now there is one more thing that we haven't done. If you press F, it puts a barrier around you and your teammates. This is the same thing that the little white lion does. It puts a barrier around you, and that barrier protects you. It says down at the bottom down there, plus like almost 3,000. But as you deal damage, it takes the barrier away, and then they can do damage to you. Mage of Light. The last part of Mage of Light is called Grace. If I go up here and I press X, and I'm trying to see what it will do. Plus 4,700 to your health is what that does. So the Mage of Light is, to me, a supportive character because it has limited ammunition, but once a monster decides to deal you some damage, it'll take that protective shield away and start dealing you damage. But those are the mage classes. Next you have Defender. Defender, you have Slash, you have Ground Break, Spin, Dodge, and Sheath is Q again. And I didn't start off as a Defender, so I can't show you those, but I did get to go to Guardian because of the tickets. Guardian is just a big sword. It looks like a big sword that's very hard for my character to actually carry. And when you carry this big sword up here, the basic attack, you see, like you can barely swing the thing, it looks like. This is a good class. It does damage to multiple characters or multiple mobs, but not one of my favorites. A lot of people like it because of the big sword and all. You have Aggro Draw is when you press E. I'll take that back. When you press E, Aggro Draw. You're drawing the aggro from the monsters to you. It's kind of a tank, I guess. When you press, this is Rock Strikes. It drag the blade through the dirt, and you throw the dirt at the monster, and that does lots of damage. Slash Fury is when you press F. Now, that's my favorite one of it. It's a lot like Dual Wielder, throwing the wind at the monster. And then when you get up here and you press X, and now X is ready to show off. When you press X, this is going to be Sword Prison. Sword Prison. What Sword Prison does is it puts the monster inside of these swords spinning around here. The bottom of the swords are missing. And it allows you and that monster to fight it out toe-to-toe, I guess. Sword Prison. Those are the Defender, starting with Defender class, the next step in Defender class, and then you had Guardian. But now one of my favorites to use is Berserker. Berserker to me does more damage than any other set of classes can do. But it also does not heal itself. That's why I have Squiddy out all the time. When you press E, it's going to slash down. It's going to blow up on the monsters. That is called Aggro Slam. By the way, the basic is, of course, just slash, Aggro Slam. Aggro Draw was for defender, but Aggro Slam. Boom. You blow the monster up, basically. And I come out here on a little more aggressive and tougher monsters to show this. This is the Gigaspin. The Gigaspin is where, I mean, it just does more damage than any other class as far as I'm concerned. It also recharges. The Gigaspin recharges quickly. The particular thing does more damage than any other particular strike on the game to me is the fissure. The fissure. It's like lava coming up from underneath the ground, and it will take out most mobs. And then last but not least is Rage, but I'm going to have to let Rage finish recharging. So, why do I like this so much? This character, you get multiple characters grouped up, and then you can do the Gigaspin. Why it's called Gigaspin, that's a very interesting name for it, but that's what they decided to call it. But I wonder if I can get all four of these horsies together. And almost. Got three. Here's three. Well, let's do three. But with the Gigaspin, you can take them all out. And then, boom, with the Aggro Slam. And last but not least, of course, would be Rage. It's where you come up, you press X, and it catches the ground on fire and burns the monsters up. These are the Axe classes. It starts off Defender with a big sword, Guardian with a big sword, and then you have Berserker with the axes. Now, the one that I am excited about, I'm not going to show Demon. I don't do demons. But the one I just got is called Dragon. And in a way, it's exciting. In another way, it's disappointing. The Dragon is to carry this long blade. I forgot the name of this. There is an actual weapon like this. And I think it's Chinese martial arts. But the Dragon class, its basic skills called Dragon's Claw. That's where you just swing it, and it swings really quickly. But look, it doesn't do much damage. It doesn't do as much damage as some other classes' basic skills. And I've heard a lot of people complain about that. Then you have Infinity Strike, and I don't know why they call it that, because it is not infinity. It is finite for sure. It's where you go really fast. Super fast. Now it recharges very quickly. Infinity Strike. They should call it Finite Strike. I don't know. That's when you press E. When you press F, you're going to get Dragon Wrath. So we're going to go over here and try Dragon Wrath. And it is just that. Okay, Infinity Strike. Again, Infinity Strike is when you press E, you lunge forward, and you do this really quick damage thing to them. Dragon's Wrath is when you press that, is R, and then these dragons come out of the ground. But look, it didn't kill them. And that, of course, was Infinity Strike. I think I need to learn how to use it because I saw a little X on the monster. See the X there? There was an X on the monster, and I think you can keep using it until that X wears off. Dragon Slam is where you press F, and whatever's in the circle, and it didn't even kill the thing. And then last but not least, when you press X, you get Dragon Dance. And boom, Dragon Dance. I guess you have to put in the circle. You have to have your mobs in the circle. And it looks like it can do damage to a lot. I did damage to that thing way over there. So that's Dragon, or Infinity Strike. And then you have Dragon's Wrath. I didn't see the dragons come out of the ground on that one. And then Dragon Slam. Boom. And then we'll have to wait for X to recharge to show you the Dragon Dance again. It's where the dragons come out of the ground and dance around and clobber everything for you. Well, this is Delta Climber. I wanted to go through the different classes on World Zero with you. Kind of sad. This is one of my last videos that I'm going to be doing with World Zero, and we'll be moving on to a new set of videos coming out soon. We'll let you guys know what that is. We've got a new project in mind, but until then, this is Delta Climber signing off. We'll see you in the game. Bye-bye. This afternoon, I wanted to go through the different classes in the game World Zero. I'm kind of excited. I just got the new dragon. What in the world? Touch it. I do not know what's happening. I do not. What in the world? There must be a whirlpool somewhere or something. But I just got swished up, up, somewhere. I'm over here by myself, away from everyone. That must have been a underwater tornado, a whirlpool that came around and threw me up in the air. Okay, as I was saying,